Hello folks, Y Guy here again. Welcome to my home on this very windy autumn, I don't know, is September autumn or late summer? Anyway, welcome to my home on this windy day. I did a little experiment. I taped a piece of foam over the microphone, and let's see if that cuts down of that rumble of the wind noise. And hopefully it's, when you watch this video, it's not going to sound like hopefully it won't do that. Anyway, the name of this video is called The Y Guy Doesn't Coddle Anyone. Now, it seems as if most hell-believing Christians are emotionally and spiritual hemophiliacs, because anything you say against their pet doctrine causes them to bleed. It just seems like it. Okay? Rather than them going into a room with sharp objects, that's a metaphor for research, or an allegory for research, they expect the rest of us, they expect the world to wear some type of spiritual Kevlar. This seems very narcissistic to me. It just does. You know, there also seems to be a thought within Christendom that their people are in need of protection. You know, the very idea of going to church and listening to just one person, you know, having no opportunity for rebuttals to what's being said, is a classic technique of subtle brainwashing. Have you ever watched Hitler speeches? I have. You know, after every church service, wouldn't it be wise to sit around with a cup of coffee or tea and have a powwow about what was just said? You know, maybe not with coffee or tea, you know, in his time, but that's exactly what Jesus did in the synagogues, as well as how the early church, Christian church, operated. It just did. You know, I digress. The way you encourage people to be resilient and strong spiritually, emotionally, and mentally is to expose them to things that make them feel uncomfortable. At least momentarily uncomfortable, okay? You use exposure to different points of view, and that's what yours truly, that's what the Y Guy is all about. You know, if you over-coddle people and protect them from being offended, you make them dull, stupid, and narcissistic. You know, the rule of thumb seems to be to not to write, say, or do anything that would make people dislike you. Okay? I understand. But how did that work out for Jesus when he called people liars, hypocrites, son of a trash heap, Gehenna, full of robbery and self-indulgence, whitewashed tombs full of dead men's bones, all uncleanliness, that their heart was far from God, brood of vipers and child of the devil, even though he did use the word devil, serpents and thieves and robbers? How did it work out for him? Did he coddle them? No, they murdered him. You know, I'm not worried about folks on Facebook or YouTube murdering me. However, there are quite a few of folks out there that grow weary of my bluntness. And it seems as if they want to be coddled. Or at the very least, they want me to coddle others in the way I write posts or do videos. Well, my answer is bye-bye, because it's never going to happen. And not because of my pride and ego, which I admit I have, just like the rest of you, okay? But because the best way to grow and become stronger in what you believe is to challenge and to be challenged. None of us know everything, and I'm not convinced we're supposed to anyway. You know, this would make us God, wouldn't it? Some claim we already are. Some of my friends on Facebook. You know, you can run with that notion if you want to, but I don't want to be him. Not at all, okay? Too much of a headache, and if that's the case, God is really screwed up. If you are truly his God, good grief. In closing this video, the Bible gives us a simple reason why I'm on Facebook and why I produce these YouTube videos. When it says, quote, always have an answer for the hope that is within you. Close quote. Folks, hope is truth. With that said, if your message is hopeless, and I happen to come across it on a video or on Facebook, I'm going to chew it up and I'm going to spit it out and use words to do it. Okay? And I have a few books here that I can recommend for you to read that will challenge you. All right? I'm not asking you to agree with everything that's in these, because I don't either. But boy, are they worth reading. Very challenging. Julie Ferrarda, her and her husband Steve are friends of ours. See if you can see that. Wrote a book called Raising Hell. And there's a picture of the, oh, can I even see it? The beautiful lady right there. Anyway, you won't do wrong getting that book, okay? The second one, this is my favorite book, actually. I like this one better than my own books. It's a book called First Idiot in Heaven, written by Martin Zender. And he's not quite as good looking as Julie, but close. And there's no pictures of yours truly on these books, but I would recommend these. I really would. Oh, there is a picture of me. I forgot. Anyway, this one's called In Defense of God's Love, written by yours truly. And the picture of that good-looking fellow with a guitar in his hand. I don't know if you can see it. I can't see it on the screen. The screen went blank, as it usually does after 10 minutes. And, of course, this one here is called Is God Bipolar? And here's the back cover. All right. I've got a third one on its way. It's about 3/4 finished. It's titled No Love, K-N-O-W. It's important how you spell it. No Love, K-N-O-W, No Fear, N-O, No Fear, comma, No Love, N-O, No Fear, K-N-O-W. It's a hoot. I'm having a blast writing it, and I guarantee it will challenge you. I guarantee it. It comes not against, but it points out different points of view of just about everything you've been taught in Sunday school. Everything except the fact that God is love, that God loves you, and Jesus is Lord. It doesn't come against those two things for sure. There was 3 things. You get my point. Look me up on Facebook under a group, private group called the Y Guy Group. And I have that's private, and I have a public timeline under the fake avatar name of Jonathan Jones, Jonathan. I misspelled it. I meant to type in Jonathan Jones, and I misspelled it. So anyway, well, since it's not my name, I have a right to. Anyways, it's okay to misspell something that's not really your name, I think. Look me up there. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down on this YouTube channel. If you're going to leave comments, make sure they're polite, or else they'll be deleted. I didn't say make sure they're not in disagreement with me. That is okay, because I want to be challenged. Okay? Just make sure your challenging disagreements are polite. All right? Well, thank you for viewing.